by JT Loro there. And look at that for 5th place as well. Abram versus Takahashi. Incredible. Down in towards the right-hander they go. They'll come into the carousel section of the lap in a few moments' time. Yamada-san just defending from Loro in the background as well. What an incredible race it's turning out to be. But Abram from Takahashi. Takahashi looking at the inside. Abram's off the track. Takahashi takes 5th. Yes, for Takahashi. The Japanese driver hits 5th place, and now he'll try and get the assault onto Nick McMillan. Yamada-san gets himself ahead of Abram at the moment, and Loro as well, really looking menacing. Abram's lost a few positions after that off-track excursion. He's going to have to regroup, get his head back into the game, and try to get himself back up into a fighting position. On board with Yamada in the Nissan GTR, just in front of him, of course, is Takahashi. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead still going on between Tomoyashi and Sassuolo. Sassuolo in the Ferrari 458, Tomoyashi in the Lancer. Bit of bumping, bit of banging into the left-hander for Sassuolo. Tomoyashi, though, still out in front. And they're going to have to be very careful because Tanichi and Nick McMillan, what a deficit he has managed to claw back. McMillan, who was sitting in 12th position before this race began, and is looking very comfortable to try and get himself on the podium now for the American, the GT Academy winner, of course, of last year. Tomoyashi, they're out in front, but for how long? Because Sassuolo is really trying every trick in the book to get himself ahead of Tomoyashi at the moment. But Tomoyashi's how we know he's a very quick driver and very, very competent as well. But Tanichi's going to have something to say about it, and I'm fairly sure Nick McMillan's going to poke his oar in as well. Through to the left-hander they go. Breaking down the box, on board with McMillan in the RS01. I'm really interested to see how the battle's going on between 5th place as well, because that is so, so close. The top 4 having broken away, of course, from 5th to 8th place. We cross over to that battle now, 4th, 5th position, and it's still Takahashi who's ahead of Yamada-san at the moment. Have to wait and see how that battle develops onwards as this lap progresses. Through the right-hander they go, still Tanichi, the Japanese driver ahead. So it is Tomoyashi then who leads the way from Sassuolo, from Tanichi, from Nick McMillan. Through into the right-hander, they'll come on towards the back straight in a couple of corners' time. Nick McMillan's going to try and use that slipstream to his advantage. Will he be able to do so? Yamada-san, though, trying to get himself ahead of Takahashi into the left-hander. No way through there for the GTR driver on the Toyota at the moment. He's trying every which way he can. He's very close indeed on the rear bumper. Right over he is. Braking then down into the box, into the right-hander. And, of course, they've got McMillan and Tanichi just in front, so they're going to have to be very, very careful indeed. And don't forget about Loro, the American driver, as well. There in the bright yellow RS01. He's looking very, very menacing indeed. Through the right-hander, flat out through this section. Really determines who is going to be a quick driver on this lap. This is so, so close. Tomoyashi, though, still out in front. The Japanese driver only just from Sassuolo at the moment. And Nick McMillan holding on to 3rd place. He's dropped a little bit further back from Sassuolo. So perhaps a minor mistake for McMillan. Have to wait and see how it goes there. Of course, when they come on towards the back straight, we'll have the slipstreaming coming into effect, and I'm sure we'll see much more of what we saw last time around. On board with Yamada-san, who's got Takahashi just in front of him. We're on towards that back straight now. Here comes the action. This is going to be absolutely incredible. On board with that Nissan GT3. As we cross over to Nick McMillan, will McMillan be able to try and make an advantage? Will Sassuolo be able to make an advantage on Tomoyashi? This is going to be incredibly close, and don't forget about 4th place. Here we go! Sassuolo hits the front from Tomoyashi. Tomoyashi down to 2nd. Will he be able to get himself ahead? And now comes McMillan! Oh! McMillan off, and he manages to recover it somehow. He's going to have to be very careful for Tanichi. Tanichi into 3rd. Ahead of McMillan now. Into the right-hander. Sassuolo in the front. Tomoyashi in 2nd. Into the final corner. Will Sassuolo take it? He comes out of it. And it is going to be Sassuolo who takes the victory from Tomoyashi.